I often hear so many people talking about wanting to sell their company, or so many people are talking about, I'm going to build it for the next 3 years and I'm going to sell it. And I'm sure I've said this in other videos, but my argument is if you build a real company that's capable of, for the most part, running itself, that doesn't require your constant daily involvement, and it makes you a nice amount of money, and it continues to grow year after year, meaning that your wealth is increasing, why would you want to sell that? In my mind, the only reason that you'd want to sell that business is one, you're looking out into the future and there's something that's going to change from a technology standpoint or a market standpoint that is going to potentially seriously handicap or end your company. Or two, if your company's worth, let's say, $1 million and you currently make $100,000 a year off of that business, you could sell it, take the million. Remember, you got to pay taxes. So whatever amount of money is left over, you take that money and you can reinvest it and make more than $100,000 a year. So the math would be you sell the company for $1 million, you get to keep $700,000. You now can take that $700,000 and you could earn $140,000 a year on that money. And so, in other words, by not even owning the company more, with the money it provided to you, you can invest that elsewhere and make more. Now, in the example I just gave, I think that's something like a 20% per year return. So good luck with that. That's not easy. To get big returns like that, you're going to be an active manager in the next thing you've invested in. Or it's high risk and you have a chance of wiping out that principal. The other reason you'd get out of the business is if you just simply hate the business so much, you hate the industry so much, and it's not fixable, meaning you can't turn it into a real company that runs itself, or you're just completely sick of it and unwilling to do it. And if you're just completely fed up with the business and you're sort of just treading water, the business will eventually end. It will go under. So you're probably better, and you're not willing to fix that or change that, then you're probably better off selling the company because eventually you'll get nothing for it. Another one is you're not willing to turn it into, again, kind of the example I just gave before. You're burned out, you're tired, you're worn out. The company's going to slowly grind into the ground and end, and you're not willing to do the work to become a new person, to learn how to be a CEO, learn how to motivate and train your team, learn how to build a real company with some processes and procedures, learn how to do marketing and sales. If you're not willing to do some reading and some education and maybe go to some conferences and network with other people and really learn the business and learn what it takes to grow yourself and grow your team into the people that you're required to be to build a great company, if you're not willing to do any of that, then I would say you're probably better off selling the company, maybe even getting a job. And I know that sounds really harsh, but these are the reasons you would sell. But the idea of selling just to get a big amount of money, it generally has to be so big that you're probably not really done. And so the idea of selling is generally not the best approach in my mind. And the items that I just gave you, and those are the reasons why you'd sell. I'd recommend that you look hard at building a real company that can run itself so that you have no need to sell unless you just absolutely want to or get offered an insane amount of money to do so.